kind of worried going through this pandemic that maybe the banks would have a problem. But I tell you, all 23 major banks passed that stress test. And they really gave them a hard stress test where even if the market lost 55% of its value, they would still survive. So that was real good to see. And, and that's a real good sign for the U.S. banks that they're really pretty strong going into this recovery, and that they acted well during the pandemic. If only our government would act that way with their spending and everything. But, that's another story. But basically, no, it was a great sign. It's good for the banks. I think you're going to see the bank earnings go up. A lot of people say they have confidence now in the banks. It could be a good sign for U.S. banks for sure. Remember, not only do Americans invest in banks, the Europeans invest in a lot of banks, and a lot of countries come to the U.S. to invest in. A lot of investors were on the sideline waiting for this stress test. We knew it was coming, and we were all waiting to see how we would do. I think if they came out poorly, you would see money maybe come out of the banks, but definitely not come into the banks. As you're going to see now, I think you'll see the stock prices go up in the banks and the earnings do much better next quarter. As we say, we still don't know really the true details of this, but if it goes off as it's read now, it could be a great thing for investors, a great vehicle for investors to get involved in. So yeah, I like it. But again, we have to really see what the details are going to be. Sometimes they get watered down. Instead of infrastructure, it becomes in for healthcare and some projects just for the Democrats to embrace. So we'll have to wait and see. But yes, it could be a boom for investors to get involved in something like this. You package that with consumer spending flat and personal income down 2%. It was less than the 2.7% they thought was going to fall, but it was still less than, still down 2%. Still a big number. So basically, I'm not so sure I agree with the feds on this. This could not be transitory. This may be something we're stuck with, especially in energy. I mean, I looked at energy last night driving around, and it's way over $3 up here in the Adirondacks, where it's normally kind of low. I don't know what it is in the city down there. I haven't been in the city in a while. But that's going to drive the market, and we'll see what happens there with inflation. But, yeah, that's a big number, up the highest in 3 decades. I don't think you can soft shoe that, to be honest with you. I think you're going to see the effect by the holidays, by Christmas and by New Year. Because right now, the thing that's really going up is gasoline prices, but very little you see it in groceries. I was looking at food prices are up a little tonight. We all know about lumber, but I mean, there are signs that this inflation could be heating up even more than just being up, the highest in three decades, which is nothing to yawn about, to be honest with you. So I think we got to watch this. I think as the fall comes, you're going to see it, like I said, especially fuel prices, whether it's home heating or gasoline, go higher. And that's going to crimp everything, because everything we get at supermarkets is brought in by trucks, basically. So that price is going to go up. And everything that's grown, and from the tractors to all these machines, is all fed by gasoline. So I think basically if that price goes up and continues to go up, some people are saying $5 a gallon at the pump. If that does continue, then yeah, this is not transitory. This is going to be here for a while. I would say you can invest, but invest as much as you can lose, because this cryptos can fluctuate so much. And you saw Elon Musk, he won't even let them buy Tesla cars with crypto, because it just fluctuates so much. The price, it would hurt his bottom line. And I think that goes all over. I don't know any major store, put it that way, that will accept cryptocurrency yet. So I don't think it's still early, and I don't think, unless they can get that crypto stabilized, where if you buy it in the morning at 30,000, you can sell it in the evening for, right in that range, instead of these things where if you buy it at 30, by the time 4 o'clock comes, it's down to 20. That's not going to fly for the average investor. Now, will you take a shot at trading it? Sure. We don't trade the big crypto. Like I said a couple of weeks ago, we were in the little coin, the 60-cent coins, the Doge coins, and things like that. Because even if you lose half, you're only losing pennies. But when you get up to 50,000 or 30,000 a coin, that's a big position, and the average guy can't do that. They're not going to get involved in that. But if you're a trader and you got an institution behind you, yeah, take a shot, because it's going to trade. It could trade up to 50,000. These coins, 60,000. It could get up 70,000, but it could also go down to 10,000. So I think for the average person, that's a heartache, So they're going to have to be careful trading that.